we have seen the lateral section of the cerebrum. It looks like this. The lateral section of the cerebrum shows the ridges and the depressions which are there on the surface of the cerebrum. The ridges are called as the gyri, whereas these depressions, they are called as sulci. Now, the outer part of the cerebrum is called as the cerebral cortex. Cerebral cortex is made up of grey matter, whereas the inner part of the cerebrum is called as cerebral medulla. It is made up of white matter. Cerebral cortex is made up of grey matter, that means it is made up of cytons of the neurons, the cell body of the neurons, whereas the cerebral medulla is made up of the axon part of the neurons. And the two cerebral hemispheres, they are connected with each other by a C-shaped structure that is called as corpus callosum. Now, these cerebral hemispheres, they have a roof as well as they have floor. So, the roof is called as pallium and it is made up of, or it is with sulci and gyri. The roof of the cerebrum is made up of gyri and sulci. Depressions and ridges can be seen on the roof of the cerebrum. Whereas the floor is called as the corpus striatum. The roof is called as pallium and the floor is called as corpus striatum. Now, if we take a dorsal section of the cerebrum, it will look like this. The two hemispheres, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, the two hemispheres can be divided, are divided by a fissure called as cerebral fissure. Now, the outer part, this outer part is called as cerebral cortex and this inner one is called as cerebral medulla. The cerebral hemispheres, they are hollow. They are not solid, they are hollow. A cavity is present inside it and this cavity is called as ventricles, or these are called as lateral ventricles or also called as paracele. So, the cavity of the cerebral hemispheres is called as lateral ventricles or they are also called as paracele. These ventricles, this side, the ventricle which is on the right hemisphere, it is called as the right ventricle or it is also called as the first ventricle, whereas the ventricle which is on the left side is called as the second ventricle or the left ventricle. These two ventricles, they join here in the diencephalon. This is the diencephalon. Diencephalon part of the brain. So, these two ventricles or these two cavities, they join together into a third cavity or the third ventricle which is present in the diencephalon. So, this part is called as the third ventricle and this third ventricle is situated in diencephalon. And the cavity where these two ventricles connect with each other, this cavity or this opening or this structure is called as the foramen of Monro. So, this is how the dorsal view of the cerebrum or dorsal section of the cerebrum looks like. This is the lateral section. Lateral section shows the gyri and sulci clearly. The outermost part is called as cerebral cortex. It is made up of grey matter. The innermost part is called as cerebral medulla and it is made up of white matter. The dorsal view or the dorsal section shows the two hemispheres which are separated by cerebral fissure. These two hemispheres or the cerebral hemispheres, they are hollow. They are in a cavity and this cavity is called as ventricles or it is also called as paracele. Now, these two ventricles, they are liquid filled ventricles and they join together or they combine together in the diencephalon into a third ventricle. The third ventricle, these two first and second ventricle, they join together into third ventricle and this third ventricle is situated in the diencephalon. And the cavity where these two ventricles, they join here, this opening or this structure or this cavity is called as the foramen of Monro. So in previous part we have discussed about the first part of the brain, that is prosencephalon. We have also discussed that the prosencephalon is further divided into three regions. First is the olfactory lobes. Second we saw that was the cerebrum or cerebral hemispheres. Now we said that the cerebral hemispheres are divided into four parts or four regions. First is the frontal lobe. The anterior upper side is the frontal lobe. Frontal lobe controls the voluntary actions of our body, and it is the associated areas are related with the intelligence, memory, judgment, problem solving ability. So all these activities are controlled by the frontal lobe. The certain areas are there which are associated with the intelligence, memory, judgment, problem solving ability. Also, the Broca's area is the motor speech area that translates thoughts into speech, and it controls the movement of lips, tongues and vocal cords. So this Broca's area is present over here. It controls it translates the thought into speech. It is a motor speech area. The parietal lobe, second region we saw, that is the parietal lobe. The posterior part of the brain is here is the parietal lobe. So this parietal lobe, general sensory area, is concerned with sensation of temperature, touch, pressure and pain. So general sensory area, which is here and here, these general sensory areas are responsible or concerned with the sensation of temperature, touch, pressure and pain. All these things can be felt because of the general sensory area which is present in the parietal lobe. The speech area is located on the post-central gyrus of parietal lobe. So the speech area is located here at the post-central gyrus of the parietal lobe. The third region we saw, that is occipital lobe. Occipital lobe is situated at the in the posterior part of the brain, on the upper side of the cerebellum. So this occipital lobe, it carries sensory visual area and it is concerned with the sense of vision, and it is also associated with visual area for perception, analysis and storing information which is obtained by the sight. So this occipital area or occipital lobe, here it carries a sensory visual area. It is the sensory visual area and it is responsible or it is concerned with the sense of vision, sense of sight, and it is also associated with the visual area for perception and analysis and storing of information which is obtained by sight. Whatever things we are able to see with our eyes, those things, that information is taken to the brain and it is stored over there and analyzed by this area, by the sensory visual area which is present in the occipital lobe. The fourth part which we saw, that is the temporal lobe. The anterior side, this is the temporal lobe. Anterior side of the brain is the temporal lobe. So the area concerned with the sense of taste, sense of hearing and sense of smell, it is located in the temporal lobe. So here in the temporal lobe, the area which is responsible for the sense of smell, for the sense of hearing, and for the sense of taste. It is located in the temporal lobe. So these are the functions of the four regions of the